Okay. Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and I'm joined with Mark Olroyd from Suddenly Comics. And we are looking at the hottest Silver Age comics for the week. And there's a bit of a theme. I'm not sure if Mark could detect the theme because there's actually two themes, one for my channel, one for his channel. So it should be it should be a little bit interesting. Mark's is more about variety. Mine's going to be more about the current Loki TV series. So that's a little bit of a hint to what the books will be. So what's the very first book we have to look at?
Right, so let's share my screen. We go. That one, I believe. It's an Avengers.
Yeah, so this one, I'm not sure, are you familiar with it or?
No. So
this is the first appearance of Ravonna Renslayer.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you've talked about this one before. Yes, Ravonna Renslayer. I haven't watched the new Loki series yet, so I don't know if it's any good.
So that is sort of the problem with the new Loki series. Nobody's watching it. It's not doing that well. It's not bad. It's not bad, actually. The first episode was really good, but then, after that, it was kind of mediocre. But it's not as bad as the first season. It's better than the first season, if that makes sense.
Well, I quite enjoyed the first season, so that's okay. Is Kang in it?
Kang is in it. And they have him, one of his variants, which is the Timely, Mr. Timely.
Oh, right. Okay.
Where he's sort of like 1800s inventor.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I might go and have a watch.
Yeah, it's worthy of watching. It's not bad.
Okay.
It's a little slow in parts, but yeah, for the most part, okay.
Ravonna Renslayer in it?
Yes, she is.
Oh, there you
so
go.
That's why this book is on the list. So it was one of those ones where after season one, there was a lot of question about whether or not she would be in it. This book had actually gone up a lot during the first season.
Right.
So I'm expecting this one to be way down. So we'll see. We'll see how it does.
So 5.5, 139. Sounds quite cheap, Alan.
Yeah. I'm imagining. I think it was probably up to 300. I remember this book being quite pricey. So but we'll see.
139. Oh, well, yes. Pretty down, but little.
So what was the peak on it?
The peak was 302.
Yeah, that's what I thought I remembered. Yeah, I remember it being pretty pricey. And then
it's just had a tick up in the last day or two. From $76. You could have got one of these for $76 in September.
Yeah. And then now it's gone up again.
But now the series is on, so it's gone up to 131.
Probably because, she was in a couple of the episodes, that kind of brought maybe a little bit of hype to this book.
Yeah, not very good though, is it?
No,
almost,
it isn't.
I mean, that one there at $76, it's back where it was April 2020.
Yeah. But I mean, this book was like a nowhere book before the Loki series, right? It was just sort of.
There's nothing else great about it other than that it's quite a nice Ramita cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's quite a nice cover.
But yeah, it's not a bad cover, actually. I think it's kind of a cool cover.
John Romita, it's nice.
Yeah.
I think probably undervalued before.
Now, she's actually an important character. She's the love interest for Kang.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
So that adds a little bit more to her as a character.
Yeah.
But yeah, not enough to keep this book up.
So you should have got one of these about 4 weeks ago. You could have got it for 4 or 5 weeks ago. You could have got it for $76. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and what's the census count on it?
The census count is,
I don't think it should be high.
845.
That's pretty low for a Silver Age book, actually.
Yeah, it is quite low. I mean, but it's it's number 23.
Yeah. So it's going to, and it was one that, as I said, it was not a valuable book. Probably a lot of those got graded during the first Loki season.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. And that was during COVID, so everybody was watching TV at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And was it the second or third one, Marvel one on Disney Plus? So
I think it was the
one
second.
one division was first. Now I think Captain America and
That was third, I think.
okay,
Captain America came out after Loki, I'm pretty sure.
okay,
Pretty sure.
all right. So next up, it's Kang himself, Kang's first appearance with
Yeah.
some sort of strange yellow shield.
I always thought that was a really weird cover, like this weird yellow shield thing.
It looks like
The funny thing is, I
tennis.
don't think they've ever used it in any of the movies or shows where he has the little shield thing.
No, we can understand why not, really.
Yeah.
It looks like he's grabbed all the tribbles off Star Trek and dyed them yellow and he's using them as a shield.
Hmm. Yeah. It's a very odd cover.
This is a 2.0. It's not in great condition.
No, but remember, this book was
It's
super
expensive,
hot.
expensive book, and it was expensive
Yeah.
for the TV program.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it had been going up for years before because there was so much talk about, oh, Kang is going to be the next biggie. Like he's going to be the next Thanos level character.
Yeah.
And they really did set up Kang to be that. If you look at the number of movies that Thanos appeared in, and you compare it to the amount of TV series / movies that Kang has appeared in, actually Kang has appeared in more.
Yeah.
But he's just not working. It's just not working so far.
Well, let's see how this is done. This is a 2.0 for $220.
Again, I remember this being around the 300-400 range. I'm pretty sure. I like it's been a while since I've
2.0. Oh dear, this is down again.
What was it? What was the peak on it?
The peak was around about $800.
Wow, that's a pretty significant drop.
Last sale was 292.
292. So yeah, this is quite down. But
down, and that was sold for 228. That's even lower.
That was even lower. Yeah, it's like down a fourth.
Yeah,
that's a massive drop. That's 80% down.
Yeah, so the new series has not really got Kang going, has it?
Yeah, and there's a lot of talk because the actor Jonathan Majors has like a court case coming up that could be bad publicity for him and not go well for him being able to act in the future. So
behind that's always tricky.
Yeah. So these kind of things can really hurt the potential use of that character, and people are kind of wondering what's going to happen.
Yeah. This could the tag is falling further because the last sale's 228, so it's down here somewhere now.
Yeah, and if you look at it, this book was actually considered a good book before. I mean, Kang was one of those characters.
Yeah, it was on a steady rise. Look, from here to
So I actually see it as below what the market trend would be.
Went from $73 in 2017 to $316 in 20. So quite a decent little rise.
Yeah, and a consistent rise, not like spiky and weird. So this one is actually down below what it was if the series never even happened.
Yeah. Not good.
So not good. That's how, if a series is not really well liked, it can really negatively impact the value of a book. Now, this next one is not related to Loki.
What's to do with Loki, Alan?
This is another TV series that has had some issues. The Daredevil series. And this book is kind of a key book because it's the first appearance of Daredevil with the red suit.
Ah, okay. And this is Wally Wood.
And this Wally Wood art too, which is another great thing about it. I think it's also, I'm not sure if it's the first appearance of the DD, but I'm not sure. Where he has the DD red suit. Yeah.
Daredevil dons new red costume. We've got a Daredevil and Submariner pin-up. Quite a nice comic, that. I wouldn't mind a copy of that. Right.
Yeah, it's very cool. I have a copy, a raw copy of it, but
465 for a 7.0.
Again, this seems low to me. This was a fairly hot book, just because it is iconic, where he gets
456. The fair market value on this is 700. 456 down here somewhere.
Yeah,
that's half of what the last sale was. Somebody got a bargain.
Yeah,
that was a
somebody got a bargain on this one. Yeah, that's like almost a steal at that point. Now if you look at it though, this is probably on the trend line. See the trend line way back before that big mountain.
Gone loopy. I mean, it went from $400 basically up to 1,800.
Wow.
And then it's come all the way back down to 400 again.
Yeah. So it's basically returned back to some kind of normalcy.
Well, it's come back to 436, which is about, just slightly above where it was before it went loopy.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of hype around Daredevil because, the first series with Daredevil was very well received. And, he was really brought into the mainstream.
I think this is a good buy, Alan. If you can get this at 400 for a 7.0.
I know, it's really high grade.
Yeah. I think that's a good buy.
Yeah, I think so too, actually, at that price.
Yeah.
I was surprised when I saw it. It was like, I was thinking, 7.0, that seems a little bit high grade for the price. Yeah, just a little bit crazy. So, yeah.
I think the TV series is going to be good. It's got good actors in it.
Yeah. There are like some issues though already that are appearing. Like they've already had to do. I think they're redoing the cast, not casting, but doing rewrites, reshoots, and stuff like that. So there's some issues that are happening with the development of the series.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good price. I think 400.
Oh yeah, I do too.
All right. Next one. This also has nothing to do with Loki.
Nothing to do with Loki, but it's again related to Spec, related to movies and stuff. And the reason I put this on the list this week, especially this week, is there was an announcement when this book sold. So Marvel, I'm not sure if you heard about South Park and the controversy that happened with that, where they were sort of making fun of what was happening at Disney. Where, enter the Pandaverse.
Right.
Or across the Pandaverse or something like that. They were making fun of like the, how Disney's been kind of pandering a lot lately, make it more diverse, make it more gay, make it more whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, well, it's sort of come to a head where Disney realized that maybe we were going the wrong way. Maybe we're not making things that people actually like. So they're actually talking about, hey, let's go back, let's reboot. Let's just ignore what we did for the last few years. Just ignore that. Let's reboot. We'll bring back Tony Stark. We'll bring back Black Widow. We'll bring back all these characters that we killed off, and we'll just ignore what happened for the last few years.
Well,
so
to be fair to them, DC have been doing that in comics for the last 25 years.
Oh yeah, I'm. It's not just Marvel. It's both. I've been pretty bad about it. So yeah, so they're bringing back. In theory, there's talks about bringing back Iron Man. So I was curious, how did the book perform after that news?
Okay.
So,
well, this 6.0, which is quite a nice copy.
Very nice copy. Actually,
600,
better than my copy, so I can't complain. So six
$612 for a 6.0.
seems a little low.
To me, 6.0 for this.
Like I always thought of this book as being $200 a point rather than $100 a point, if that makes sense.
And it's one of your favorite big premiere issue ones.
I know, I love these big premiere ones.
Come on, go collect. What are you doing?
If it ever loads.
I've got about 30 tabs open.
That's probably what's killing it.
Let's go collect. No, it's go collect that's doing it, not me.
Maybe re-click it or something. I don't know. I get impatient and I start clicking everything.
So, oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, just before. Okay, but it doesn't show the past sales history. So yeah, so I mean, you have this book too, right?
No, I don't actually. I have the one.
Oh, you did.
I have the Submariner Iron Man one.
Oh, okay, that's another good book too. Oh, I actually just loaded after. Yeah, we'll go back. It's okay. So it's a 6.5.
5. There we go.
And I can tell that it's already lower than the fair market value. So
6.0. It was 6.0, Alan.
It was a 6.0. Okay, okay. Well, that's better then.
There you go. On a gradually descending line.
Yeah, it's still. It looks like even now, like just based on what I'm seeing in terms of where the line would be, it looks still slightly above where the trend line should be. Like the trend line should be back at that April 2019 area. Yeah. Like if you're following the line, it looks way like bumpy, but it's sort of
okay, and that's up a bit from there. So yeah, I think that was a reasonably strong sale actually at 600 and something. 612. So
612. But Go Collect is putting the fair market value at 650.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit under the fair market value.
Yeah.
But not much.
Not much. It hasn't had a huge effect. But the problem is with rebooting Iron Man. Iron Man only worked because they had a fantastic actor playing Iron Man.
Well, they bring back the same actor,
They're
right?
not going to bring back Downey Jr. to start Iron Man all over again, are they?
I think that's what they're talking about. I think they're just desperate. I mean, he's getting a bit old.
Yeah, he's sort of approaching 60.
Yeah. I mean, he's a great actor, though.
Well, yeah. Tony Stark wasn't 60.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Oh wait, what was the census? I was like seeing the census numbers and
census number.
I think it should have a pretty. Oh wow, massive census on this one. Now, this just quickly a word on that. I think the reason is this was like well after Fantastic Four was 61. I actually messed that up on the last video.
You did.
And then but so this is like years. This is 68, right? So that's like 7 years after the whole hype of the Silver Age, where oh, it's going to be a new character, new thing, and this is when #1 issues were a big deal.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people saved this book. So, and the numbers show it.
Yeah, a lot of these. Right. Okay. It's one of my favorite books of all time.
Is this like the 5th book?
Yes, it is. This is the 5th book.
Okay. So this one, we're getting bigger sales. Like, it's gradually going up in number. That's really the order of these books.
And it was all about Loki. What you really meant, you had 2 comics based on Loki.
Well, I really meant that it's about Loki-like things like TV series and movie and TV series Spec.
Oh, okay.
Now this is related to obviously Silver Surfer Spec, and the Fantastic Four in general.
Yes.
Whenever I feel like whenever they want to bring the Fantastic Four, they always want to go epic with it, and this is the most epic storyline.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, there's, they are supposed to release, I think, in 2025, Fantastic Four.
My view with Mark, why go back and do Iron Man? Why not do Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer properly? That's
That'd be much more interesting to me, I think. I'd love to see Silver Surfer done properly.
Yeah. It was their first, it was the first one in 1961, with the superhero boom. Get them right. Then you can back in again. Right. So 6-5.
6-5-2-4. Yeah. So there's 9,000 of these on the census, by the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of these.
I'm surprised it's that many, but yeah.
Ooh.
Boom. Oh, jeez. Actually, I'd say it's still high.
I mean, this has been declining, Alan. Peaked out during COVID at 6,000, and now it's down to 2-1. Is that the
yeah? And it was 24 on Heritage.
24, so it's up slightly on that one.
It's up slightly on the last sale compared to the last sale.
Oh, not much.
So yeah,
14.
Yeah.
So
10%. 10%. That's not bad.
It's still studied, Alan. You go back to the old trend line thing. You could argue it's on the trend line again.
on this new trend line. So the line, like there's the line like back in 2016, and then there's this new trend line that kind of where it pops up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more on that trend line would be where I would say it is. I mean, this is a book that every collector wants. Like, it's kind of a key, major key book. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it's actually not a bad time to buy it if you can get it for that closer to that 2,100 price.
Yeah, this is, as you say, this is another big 9,500 graded copies of this.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's that many.
Why was this so high, Alan? Because, Fantastic Four 48, it's not,
Yeah, you wouldn't know that it's a key at the time, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm actually surprised that it has that many copies.
49 is half the amount.
Yeah, so I think the issue was it was either 48 or 49. One of them had like a warehouse find, and there was like a lot of them found in perfect condition or in greatly good condition. So if you look at the census count on this one, I think it is the 48 that had this warehouse find. Look at the grades, like where the majority of the grades are. If you go, actually, no. Oh yeah, you can do it either way.
I mean, yeah, there's quite there's quite a lot around the
8-0, yeah,
area here, which
it's probably like they were like reasonably high grade copies that were found.
Yeah,
and that was actually something that's kind of held this book back a bit. I think this book could even be more valuable. If it wasn't for such a high census count. I mean, it's the first appearance of two major characters, Silver Surfer and Galactus. So yeah. Okay, so that's that's the first part. On Mark's channel, we're actually going to explore one more of these kind of movie, TV related ones, and then more obscure stuff that actually I think is more fun even. Actually, I gave you the good stuff, Mark. I actually gave you the better stuff.
I have put a comic on there that's making me cry.
There's a bunch that are really cool there. So, and lots of crying will be involved with both shows. So yeah, it's a fun time. This is the buyer's market. You guys, like these numbers, just so people are aware. When you see the market going boom like this, be happy that you're a collector, not a seller. Okay.
Yeah, buy low, sell high. Buy low.
Yeah.
And price.
Exactly. This is the buy low part of that equation. Yeah. So yeah, enjoy the time. Okay. So thanks for watching. Go over to Mark's channel, see the part 2.
Bye.
Bye for now.